Hi everyone, welcome to this chair yoga session. This session was actually previously recorded from a live session that I did on Insight Timer. All you need for this session is a chair, nice sturdy chair, not one with wheels, and you can have the option to have a cushion, but it doesn't matter if you don't have one, it's just for one of the poses. We do in this session spend most of the time sitting in the chair, but we do stand up at some point to do some standing warriors using the chair as well. So I hope that you enjoy this session. Please give me a little like and subscribe if you enjoy it, and let me know in the comments at the end how you found this session. Enjoy! Okay, so we are going to sit in the chair, obviously. So we're going to take a few moments just to arrive on the chair. Now, what I normally say is to have a little bit of a distance between you and the back of the chair, just a little one, so that just when we start to get moving, you're not kind of hitting the back of the chair. You want to have your knees directly above your ankles, just resting your hands down on your lap, and then just take a nice big breath and get tall through the spine. As you exhale, just allow your shoulders to relax and just feel yourself just rooting down into the chair. Close your eyes or soften your gaze, and let's just take a few minutes to focus our attention on our breath. So just breathing at a nice natural pace. If it's comfortable, breathing in and out through your nose. Just feel the soles of the feet rooted down to the floor as well. Just allow that following of breath to bring you fully into the present moment. Take a second to just check in with your body. Check in with the muscles and the joints. Notice how you're feeling. Remember to do this without any judgment. And then notice any thoughts that might be arising. And if you can, just try and clear your mind just to allow better focus throughout the session today. So what can be quite nice is to take a bit of a breath and then take a nice long exhale and just see your thoughts float away. Maybe they dissolve, or maybe you see yourself just pushing the thought to one side in your mind. And we're going to take a couple of deep breaths here. So nice big breath in through the nose, and a nice extended exhale out through your mouth. Again, big inhale through your nose. Nice extended exhale. Wonderful. And then a nice big breath in again. And this time you're going to take a big noisy sigh out. Wonderful. Gently blink open your eyes. And we're just going to start nice and gently, just kind of warming up the joints here. So we're going to start with the head and the neck. So just keeping your hands on your lap. Just gently drop your chin down to your chest. And just roll the shoulders back once the chin is down to the chest. Breathe into the back of the neck. Wonderful. And then inhale nice and slow, lifting the nose up towards the sky. Just be mindful not to send the head too far back, especially if your neck is sensitive. And then exhale, gently drop chin to chest. Inhale, slowly, gently lift the nose. And exhale, drop chin to chest. Just do a few more like this, nice and slow. Keep your spine nice and tall. Wonderful. Next time you bring your chin to your chest, hold it here for a full cycle of breath. Inhale, exhale. Lovely. Bringing the head back to center. We're going to drop right ear to right shoulder. Just feeling that stretch down that left side of your neck. Nice big breath in. Let it go. Wonderful. And then we're going to gently turn the nose down towards the shoulder, just so you kind of change the direction of that stretch. Goes a little bit more into the back of the neck. Hold it here again. Full cycle of breath. Inhale. Let it go. And then slowly bring the head back to center. Drop ear to shoulder, opposite side. Hold it there, breathing into the stretch. Wonderful. And then gently turning the nose down towards the shoulder. Again, holding here, nice full cycle of breath. Inhale. And let it go. Wonderful. Slowly bring your head back to center. We're going to shrug the shoulders nice and slowly up to the ears. Take an inhale and exhale. Drop the shoulders down. I like that one. Inhale, squeeze it up. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And exhale, let it go. One more like that. Inhale, squeezing up. And exhale, let it go. Just a nice way to release a bit of tension. Then we're going to take our focus to the right shoulder. We're going to lift that shoulder up to the ear and gently roll it back. Just allow your arm just to be nice and loose here. Just moving the shoulder. Keep gazing forward. Just lifting and rolling. Lifting and rolling back. Wonderful. And then just allow the shoulder to come back. Let's take it to that left side, just the left shoulder, lifting, rolling back. Lifting, rolling back. Lifting and rolling. Wonderful. Keep it going. Couple more. Arm is nice and loose, nice soft elbow. Fantastic. And then both together, lifting up, rolling back. Really kind of lift the sternum as you roll the shoulders back. Keep breathing. Wonderful. Lovely. One more. Fantastic. And then we're going to grab the sides of the chair. You can keep your hands on your lap if you prefer, but it's nice to just grab the sides of the chair because you can kind of like get a bit of a grip. We're going to be nice and tall in the spine, and we're going to circle the torso. So just start to circle in any direction, nice and slow. And this is why you kind of want to be away from the back of the chair a little bit, because you don't want to kind of hit the back of the chair. And with any of these circular motions, you can start small and then gradually get a little bigger, pressing the chest forwards, taking a little arching of the spine, rounding it towards the back of the chair. Lovely. You kind of roll from one sitting bone to the other. And just gently waking up the upper body and the spine. Wonderful. Come back to center and then take it in the opposite direction. Nice and steady. Again, you can start small, get a little bigger with those circles. Keep breathing, that's always important. And try not to hunch your shoulders up as well. So keep them nice and low. Lovely. Come back to centre. Wonderful. We're going to take the hands to the tops of the shoulders, and then we're going to lift the elbows up. So if you can, bring the elbows in line with your shoulders. If not, have them lower, just at a point that feels okay for you. Bring your awareness right to the tip of the elbows, and then just start to draw circles with your elbows. Again, start small. So start with small circles, and maybe that's where you stay with it. This particular movement kind of gets into the deeper level muscles of the shoulders and can feel a little strange. It can feel a little clunky, feel a little almost like your shoulders are grinding a little bit. So that's why it's important just to go nice and slow. If you feel like you want to get bigger, do it slowly. Make the circles a little bigger. It will mean that you'll be lifting the elbows up a little higher than your shoulders. Again, keep the spine tall, keep breathing. Wonderful. And then just come to centre and take those circles in the opposite direction. Again, starting small. And then if you want to, you have the option to get a little bigger. Just keep breathing. Nice steady pace here. Wonderful. And then just come back to centre. Lift those elbows about shoulder height, and then take a nice big breath. And then as we exhale, we're going to try and bring the elbows towards each other for a little kiss. Now don't worry if they don't meet, just bring them as close as you can. And then inhale, you're going to open, take a little squeeze of the shoulder blades, lifting the sternum, lifting the chest. Bring it in. Bring them as close as they can, or bring them in for a little kiss, and then open, little squeeze, and then bring it back in. And then one more, open, so it's like you're flapping your wings, nice and slow, and then bring it in. Wonderful, and then bring the arms back to centre, and then just gently unravel the arms, let them hang down the sides of the chair, and if you want to, roll out your shoulders. That always feels nice when we've done any kind of shoulder work, just rolling them out again. Okay, so we're going to take the arms out to the side, so in a T shape, but you want to press your palms want to be facing away from you, almost like you're pressing the walls away from you from either side. And by doing that, you're creating engagement through the underarm of each arm. Now we want to get nice and tall in the spine here. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take a breath in, and as we exhale, we're going to press the left hand out to the side. Now try to avoid kind of leaning down. We're not doing this. We're keeping the arms in a T. We're just gently pressing. So imagine that you do have that wall that's coming towards you and you're trying to press it away from you. You're going to feel a nice stretch under the arms. Hold it for a second and then take a nice big breath. Come back to centre and then exhale. Do the same on the other side. So just a gentle press, but you're really feeling the engagement in the arms. You really feel it in this one. Come back to centre. Let's go one more time over to the left. Wonderful. And back to centre and take it over to the right. Lovely. Come back to centre. Let's drop this left hand down, grab the side of the chair, and then we're going to reach this right arm up and we're going to take it into a little side stretch. So just leaning over as far as you can. Wiggle those fingers, keep the arm alongside your ear. Get that nice side body stretch, nice big breath in. Nice big exhale. Wonderful. Slowly come back into those T-shaped arms again. So bringing the arms out, just holding for a moment. Take a nice big breath in. And then exhale, dropping that right hand, grab the side of the chair and then sweep the arm up and lean over to the right. Just again, taking it just as far as you can. Use the chair. So this is what's great about the chair. We can hold on to it. It can anchor us in place. Allow us maybe to go a little deeper than maybe we normally would. Nice big breath in, let it go. Wonderful. And then just slowly come back to center. Just relax both arms down. Again, you might want to roll out your shoulders here. That might feel quite nice. Wonderful. Okay, so we're just going to do a few little leg warm-ups, and then we're going to take ourselves through a little sun salutation, which is always the fun part in a chair. So we're just going to start with just some little heel lifts. So you can grab the side of the chair or keep your hands on your lap, whatever you prefer. And all you're going to do is just lift the right heel up, squeeze it up, pressing the balls of the feet into the floor. And hold it. So you just warming up, stretching out the back of your calf muscle. Nice big breath in, and then exhale, slowly lower. Switch to the other side, lifting left heel up, pressing the balls of the feet into the floor. So you're really kind of squeezing the heel up. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. On an exhale, gently drop it down. Take it to the other side, lift, lift, lift. Keep your spine nice and tall throughout, so try not to kind of hunch. There's a tendency to want to do that. You know, stay upright throughout. You'll get better breathing by doing that. And then gently drop down. Take it to the other side. Lovely. And then we're going to just pick up the pace a little bit here. So drop left one down, lift the right, squeeze it up, drop it down, squeeze the left, drop it down, squeeze the right, drop it down, squeeze the left, drop it down, and then we're going to do both together. So we're going to lift the heels up, squeeze, 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 holding for a moment, and then just nice and slowly drop it down. Let's do that a few more times. So inhale, squeeze at those heels. Lovely. So you're right on those tiptoes, but in your chair, and then gently drop it down. And then one more time, squeeze it up, squeeze, 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 and then gently drop it down. Okay. So we're going to just warm out the ankles now. Now you're going to extend the right leg first. Now sometimes this means you might need to come forward on your chair. I'm just going to turn my chair just to the side. You don't need to do that. But you might just need to just come forward a little bit on the chair just so that the back of the chair feels okay on the back of your thigh. But then just make sure that the other leg, the knee, is above the ankle. Now you're going to use the chair again here. So you're going to hold onto the sides of the chair. Have the leg fully extended. Try and point the toes towards you. We're going to engage the core, we're going to be nice and tall, we're going to inhale, and we're going to lift the foot just enough so it comes off the ground, and then we're going to just rotate the ankle, the foot. So keep nice and tall, rotate, and then we switch the direction, keeping the leg lifted, rotate a few times, then switch the direction again, and then switch it again. And then switch it again, just for fun. Lovely, and then come to a little stop. Just point those toes towards you. Feel that extension through the leg, nice big breath. And then exhale, just with control, lower the foot down. Wonderful. Bring that leg back in and switch to the other side. Make any adjustment that you feel you need. If you need to shift forward or back or whatever you need to on the chair, just so that it feels comfortable. Right knee is directly above the ankle. Point those toes towards you. Again, engaging the core, nice tall spine. We lift the foot just enough, and then we start to rotate the ankle. Any direction really doesn't matter because we're going to switch direction. And then we're going to switch again. So keeping the core nice and tight as we keep switching. Switch again is really helpful. And switch one more time. Lovely, and then come to a stop, point those toes towards you, getting that nice engagement again, nice big breath in, and then exhale, lower the leg down, and then draw the knee back in. Let's go back to the right leg now. We're going to extend the leg out. Wonderful, and what we're going to do is we're going to take a bend into the knee. We're going to bring the knee up as high as we can. Now it's important not to lower your chest down towards your knee. You're staying nice and upright, and that's why holding onto the chair is really helpful here, because it's just going to allow you to stay upright. You can kind of press your hands into the chair and extend the arms, lift the chest, and then you're nice and upright. So when you're ready, do this nice and slowly. Find the engagement through the leg by curling the toes towards the body again. And then when you're ready, nice big breath, really slowly bending into the knee, and lifting it as high as you can. Hold for a moment. Nice big breath in. And then exhale, fully extend the leg out again along the floor. Wonderful. Hold it here for a second. And then when you're ready, nice big breath, bend slowly into the knee, lifting as high as you can. So you're just gently warming up the knee. Now it might be that you don't lift the foot or the knee very high at all, and that's fine. You're just getting that little bit of a bend. Remember, small amounts all work towards a greater goal. So inhale deeply, lift, lift, lift. Hold for a moment and then gently extend. Wonderful. We're going to do one more like that. So when you're ready, nice big breath. Lift the knee nice and slowly, bend in, and then exhale, just extend the leg. Lovely. You can relax your foot and then just slide the leg back in, and then we're going to take it to the other side. So extending the leg again, make any adjustment you need on the chair that you need. Curl the toes towards you. And then when you're ready, nice big breath, slowly bending into the knee, lifting as high as you can. And then on the exhale, just slowly return. Have that control as you return the leg. Try not to do it too quickly. Inhale, bend into the knee, bringing it as high as you can, and then gently extend. Lovely. One more like that. Lift. Lift, lift, lift as high as you can. Maybe you go a little higher this time. And exhale, let it go, and then just allow that leg just to relax, let the foot relax, and then slide it in. Lovely. Okay, so just come back to sit in your original position on your chair. We're going to take ourselves into some lovely sun salutations now. So we're going to build on the sun salutations, which is really nice to do. So we're going to start nice and soft and gentle first. We want to make sure the knees are directly above the ankles. And we're just going to start with 3 little moves. So we're going to inhale. Let's reach the arms up into the air, nice and slow. Reach up high, press your palms together. Wonderful. And then exhale, you're going to bring your hands to your thighs. Bring them to the tops of the thighs. And then we're going to slide the hands down the legs, lowering the chest towards the thighs, coming into a seated forward fold. So I'll just come to the side again, just so that you can see. Coming down. Now, if it feels comfortable, allow your shoulders, your neck, your head to round forward over the legs. But don't worry, if you prefer to be in a neutral position with the back a little flatter, do that. And just feel the stretch out of the back here. Take a nice big breath in. Exhale, let it go. We're just doing this first one nice and slow. And then we're going to inhale. We're going to slide the hands up the shins, halfway lift. So hands come to that halfway point, or maybe they're at your knees. You're going to pull your shoulders back, chest forward, gaze forward. Lovely, like a nice flat back. So this is almost like doing a little cobra pose or that half lift when we do a normal forward fold. And then we're going to exhale. We're going to lower all the way down, nice and steady, feeling the stretch. Wonderful. We're going to engage the core here. We're going to take a nice big breath, and we're going to circle the arms as we rise up into the air. And exhale. We're going to bring the hands to heart center. So that's all we're going to do just to start with. We're going to do a few rounds. We're going to keep it going, just creating a little bit of energy, get the blood flowing in the upper body, get that back stretched out, and then we're going to add to it a little bit. Okay, so when you're ready, inhale, reach it up. Exhale, float the hands down to the legs and slide it down for your forward fold. So your version of that forward fold. Feel the stretch in the back. Take an inhale. Let's come that half lift, sliding the hands. Roll those shoulders back, gazing forwards. And exhale, float it down, forward fold. Inhale deeply, rising up. And exhale, hands to heart center. Let's keep this going, get some momentum. Inhale up, exhale, float the hands down to the knees, slide it down, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, exhale, forwards. Inhale, rising up, and exhale, hands to heart center. Let's keep it going. Inhale up. Exhale, hands to the knees, slide it down, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forwards. Inhale, rising up. And exhale, hands to heart center. 2 more. Inhale up. Exhale, hands to knees. Float it down, forward fold. Stretch out the back. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forwards. Inhale, rising up. Hands to heart center. Inhale up. Exhale, float the hands down, sliding into that full seated forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Roll those shoulders back, gaze forward. Exhale, down, forward fold. Inhale, rising up. Exhale, hands to heart center. 1 more. Inhale, reach. Exhale, hands to your thighs, slide it down, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forwards. Inhale, rising up. And then exhale, hands to heart center. So just take a moment, get your breath back if you feel you need to. Okay, so what we're going to do this time is we're going to kind of keep that same movement, but this time we're going to add in cactus arms. So when you're ready, we're going to inhale, we're going to reach the arms up into the air, reach up nice and high, bring the palms together, and then exhale, we're going to bend into the elbows. So coming into those cactus arms, lift the sternum, lift the chest. Lovely. Inhale, we're going to reach the arms up again. And then exhale, hands are going to come to the thighs, the knees, and we're going to slide it down to our forward fold. Wonderful. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forwards. Inhale, rising up. And exhale, hands to heart center. Let's keep that going. Inhale up, pressing the palms, and then exhale, bending into the elbows, cactus. Really spread through your fingers, long line from elbow to elbow, lifting the sternum. Inhale, then reaching up again. Exhale, hands come to the knees, and gently slide it down, stretch out the back. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forwards. Inhale, rising up. And exhale, hands to heart center. Let's keep that going. Inhale, reach it up, really reach up high. Press the palms gently, and then exhale into your cactus. Lovely. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, hands come to your knees, slide it down, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forwards. Inhale, rising up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Let's do 1 more like this. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, cactus the arms. Inhale, rise. Exhale, float the hands down, sliding to your forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forwards. Inhale, rising up, big circle of the arms. And then exhale, hands to heart center. Take a breath here. Take a moment. Okay, so what we're going to do next is we're going to kind of continue with what we've just done. So we kind of build on it as we go along. We're going to do a twist this time. So let me just demonstrate the twist for you just before we go into it. When we come into our forward fold, we're going to come over the legs. We're going to come into our little half lift. Then we're going to come back down again. Now, wherever your hands are, maybe your hands are on your feet, maybe they're on your shins, depending on how far you've gone down the legs. Maybe you even can get your hands to the floor. It really doesn't matter wherever they are. But we're going to start with the left. The left hand is going to be planted, so anywhere on the leg or foot, or you can even bring it to the floor in between the legs. And then we're going to twist and open to the right. So we're going to twist to the right and then gently lift that right arm up to the sky. We're going to exhale, we're going to float the hand down, we're going to plant that right hand wherever is accessible, and then we're going to reach up to the other side. And that's going to be our twist. Okay, so I'm just going to move my chair a little bit just so you can see me a little bit more forward on. And then when you're ready, nice tall spine, inhale, we're going to reach up. Exhale, cactus arms. Inhale up. Exhale, hands come to the knees, slide it down into your forward fold. Lovely. Inhale, rise, half lift. Exhale, down, forward fold. Plant that left hand wherever's accessible to you. And then when you're ready, you're twisting to the right and reaching right arm up. So twist and open. Lovely. Take a breath here. And then exhale, float that right hand down. Plant that right hand. And then inhale, reaching left arm up as you twist and open to the left. Big breath in. Exhale, gently float it down. Back to that forward fold. Let the back stretch out a moment. And then inhale, let's rise it up. Nice big circle of the arms, hands to heart center. Wonderful. So we're going to do a few times over now. So inhale, reach it up. Exhale, cactus. Inhale up. Exhale, bring your hands to the knees, slide it down, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forwards. Lovely. When you're ready, plant that left hand, twist and open to the right. Right arm reaches up into the air. Wonderful. On an exhale, slowly float that hand down. Plant the right hand, twist and open to the left. Reach it up. Nice big breath in. Exhale, float it down, forward fold. Wonderful. Inhale, rising up, circle the arms, and then hands to heart center. Let's keep that going. Inhale up. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, rise. Exhale, hands coming to the thighs, slide it down, forward fold. Nice and steady. Let the back really stretch out here and then think about inhaling for your half lift. Exhale down, forward fold. Plant that left hand. When you're ready, twist and open to the right, reaching right arm up just as high as you can get it. Opening the chest and the shoulder, breath in. Exhale, float it down. Plant that right hand and inhale, twist and open to the left. Lovely. Hold it here, big breath in. Exhale, float it down into your forward fold. Take a moment to find the forward fold, then inhale, rising up. And exhale, hands to heart center. Let's do two more like that. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, reach. Lovely. Exhale, hands come to your thighs, slide it into your forward fold. Lovely. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forwards. Lovely. Plant that left hand, twist and open to the right, reaching right arm up. On an exhale, float the hand down and switch to the other side, reaching left arm up. Wonderful. Drop it down. Forward fold. Inhale, rising up. Exhale, hands to heart center. One more like this. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, cactus. Lovely. Open that chest. Inhale, reach up again. Hands come to your knees and thighs. Slide it down. Forward fold. Wonderful. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forwards. Wonderful. Plant that left hand. Twist and open to the right. Reach that right arm up. Big breath in. Exhale, float it down. Plant that right hand. Twist and open to the left. Reaching up. Inhale. Exhale, float it down. Back to your forward fold. And then inhale, we're rising up. Big circle of the arms. And then exhale, hands to heart center. Lovely. Well done, everyone. Hands over your knees now. Let's take it into a little seated cat-cow. When you're ready, inhale, we're bringing the chest forward, lift the gaze. Lovely. And then as you exhale, round that spine towards the back of your chair, draw your chin towards your chest. Lovely. Inhale, slowly come forwards. And then exhale, round, chin to chest. Wonderful. Inhale, bring it forwards. And then exhale, round. Lovely. Inhale one more time, bring it forwards. And then exhale, we round. Wonderful. Now, from here, just come to sit forward just a little bit on the chair. take the legs a little wider, as wide as feels comfortable for you, and just turn your toes out slightly. And then we're going to do a nice wide leg cat-cow. So this kind of just stretches out a little bit lower down on your back, a little bit more towards the back of the hips, and can feel really nice. So hands over the knees, same again. Inhale, bringing the chest forwards, taking the gaze up, and then exhale, rounding it out. Chin to chest. Inhale, let's bring it forwards. And then exhale, let's round. Wonderful. Inhale, bring it forwards. And exhale, round. Wonderful. Slowly come back to centre. We're going to bring the legs in, and now we're going to come and stand up. So just come up, and you're going to come to the back of your chair. Now I'm just going to move my chair just so that you can kind of see what I'm doing. So come into the back of the chair. You want both hands to be on the back of the chair when you're ready. Feet want to be about hip distance apart. So we're going to take ourselves into a little downward dog now. This is a really nice downward dog to do. This is also a really nice little pose to do if you are someone that sits at your desk and you just kind of want to stretch out the body a little bit. This is a lovely one to do. Obviously, if you've got a little bit of a swivelly chair, you know, like, that's probably not the best chair to do this in because you don't want to be swinging. You want to be nice and sturdy. So yeah, find a sturdy chair to do it. So placing the hands on the back of the chair. When you're ready, just slowly walking backwards until your arms get fully stretched out. Wonderful. Then when you're ready, just lowering the head in between the arms. And this is just going to kind of flatten out the back a little bit. Now, if for some reason lowering your head and your neck, your chest down that little bit, if that does anything to your shoulders, that doesn't feel great, then you can just stay up in this neutral position and just look over the top of the chair. But if you can, just come down, and then you're just getting this nice stretch throughout the back of the body. And same with a traditional downward dog. If your hamstrings are super tight, pop that little bend in your knees, and then let's all try and turn the tailbone up. So even if you've got a bend in the knee, we still turn that tailbone up. Feel the body stretch out, so the side of your body, where the ribs are, into the armpits, into the shoulders. Nice big breath in, nice big exhale. Lovely. One more like that. Let it go. Wonderful. And then just kind of pressing down into the back of the chair, gently lift the head up and then gently walk yourself back to the chair. Wonderful. Okay, so now coming to the back of the chair, you're going to use the back of the chair here. We're going to use the back of the chair to go into some warriors. So what we're going to do, you can just stand right behind the back of the chair. I'm just going to stand just so that you can kind of see me because I haven't got I've got kind of a filled in back of the chair so you can't see me as well. Okay, so right hand is going to hold the back of the chair, so if you need to switch around, switch around. But right hand holds the back of the chair. When you're ready, your right foot is going to take a nice big step back, heel comes down to the floor. We take a bend in the front knee, and then whenever you're ready, you're going to reach the left arm up into the air. So you're holding onto the chair. Now, if for some reason you're feeling super steady and supported today, then maybe you decide you want to let go of the chair and you go into that full warrior one. Entirely up to you, but chair yoga means that we've got that chair there for support. And just to make things a little easier, let's hold it here. Nice big breath in. Nice big exhale. Wonderful. Now you can do your warrior seated, but I will show you that in another session. Wonderful. Let's take one more breath here. Nice big breath in. Exhale, let it go. Wonderful. We're going to transition now from this position into warrior two. So we're going to turn those back toes out. We're going to keep that bend in the front knee, and then we're just gently going to drop that left hand out in front. If you want to let go of the chair, same again. You're just reaching that right arm back behind you. But remember, it's chair yoga, so we hold onto the chair, we use that for support. Look over your front fingertips, bend nice and generously into that front knee. Nice big breath in, nice sigh out. Wonderful. And then we're just going to transition back into our warrior one. So when you're ready, just reach the left arm up into the air. Turn those back toes to face the front as you face the front. And there you go, you're back into your warrior one. Again, if you want to let go of the chair, you can. But use that chair for support. Nice big breath in. Nice big exhale. Wonderful. Let the arm just float down and then just gently step that right foot forward and then have a little shake out of your legs if you need to. So I'm going to take it to the other side. So all you're going to do here is you're just going to turn around and your left hand is going to grab the back of the chair and then just going to do the same again. So just remember that you're probably going to be here, like behind the chair. I'm kind of reaching a little bit for the chair, but you can have full firm grip right on the centre of the chair if you need it. So step the left foot back this time, heel comes down to the floor, little bend in the front knee, and then when you're ready, you're reaching the right arm up into the air, warrior one. Hold it here. Make sure that back heel is nicely pressed down into the floor. Nice big breath in. Nice big exhale. Take another breath like that. Wonderful. And then when you're ready, we're transitioning into warrior two. So we're going to turn those back toes out. Keep that bend in the front knee and then gently drop your right arm out in front. Lovely. If you're letting go, you're reaching the left arm back behind you. Look over those front fingertips and take those cycles of breath. So the chair can be just really helpful, or just on days when if you're just not feeling that great, if you're a little under the weather and you just don't want to go into full. Sometimes warriors can feel quite tricky. There's a lot of strength needed in the legs, and so using the chair is great. Like I said, in the next session that I do, I am going to show you how you can adapt these actually in the chair. Wonderful. Let's take one more breath. Let it go. And then we're just going to reach that right arm straight up into the air. We're going to turn those back toes to face the front as we face the front. And then we're back into that warrior one again. Holding here, nice and tall through your spine. Nice strong legs, nice big breath. And sigh it out this time. Lovely. Let your hand just gently drop down by your side. And then step that left foot forward. Have a little shake out of your legs. And then we're just going to come back to sit in the chair again. So just come back. Wonderful. Once we get into the chair, we're going to take ourselves into a little child's pose. So this is where you might want to grab your pillow and place it on your knees. If you haven't got the pillow, it doesn't matter. It's just that we're going to be bringing the elbows down to the tops of the legs. So obviously it's way more comfortable if you've got a little bit of a cushion, but don't worry if you haven't. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring the hands together, interlace the fingers, and then we're going to bring the thumbs, I don't know if you can see, but just stretch out your thumbs, bring them right next to each other. Keep them like that. Bring the elbows down to the tops of your knees, or just the tops of your thighs. And then you're just going to gently rest your forehead on your thumbs. Lovely. So take that support. And then just allow yourself just to relax here. Let the shoulders go. Let your hands, your arms just support the weight of your head and your neck. Feet are firmly pressed into the floor. Just breathe a nice, steady, even pace. Take a moment just to notice all the sensations that you're feeling around your body right now. Wonderful. Whenever you're ready, nice big breath as you just slowly come into an upright position. You can just release your hands. And then we're just going to end with a twist, and then we're just going to come to take a few moments of silence, a little bit of relaxation. So literally, as you're in your seated position, knees are directly above your ankles. You're going to take your left hand, you're just going to bring it to the outside of your right leg, and then use that, gently press into the leg, just using that to kind of help you twist over to that right side. Now you can grab the chair underneath, or maybe you grab the back of the chair. The back of my chair is quite high, but if you've got a lower one, it can be a little easier. And then just use both hands. One's pressing against the leg, one gently pressing into the chair, and just use that to pull you a little deeper into your twist. So take a nice big breath and get tall through your spine. And then as you exhale, you can just see if you can add a little bit of pressure, going deeper into the spine. And if it's available, if your neck allows it, you can look towards your right shoulder. Close your eyes here, allowing the muscles in your belly to soften. Just breathing at a steady, even pace. Allowing the breath to just circulate around the spine, around your vertebrae. Releasing a little tension with each exhale. Wonderful. Take a nice big breath in. And as you exhale, really slowly just unravel yourself, come back to centre. And then we're going to take it to the other side. So right hand just comes to the outside of your left knee and gently twist to that left side. Right hand, grab the chair wherever feels the most comfortable. And then same again, inhale, we get nice and tall. And exhale, seeing if you can just go a little deeper into the spine, but only take it as far as feels comfortable for you. Close your eyes here. And just breathe again into the twist. Wonderful. When you're ready, nice big breath in. And then as you exhale, nice and slowly, come back to centre. Let's just do 2 little rounds of cat-cow here. Hands over the knees. Inhale, let's bring it forward, arching the chest. And exhale, rounding, chin to chest. One more. Inhale, bringing it forwards. And then exhale, let's round. Wonderful. Slowly come back to centre, and then we're going to just relax for a few moments. So come towards the back of the chair, rest nice and gently on it. If you want to, you can add a pillow behind your back, maybe on your lap. I always like to have one on my lap, it's quite nice. Just rest your forearms onto it. You can extend the legs if that feels good, but try not to cross your legs or your ankles, just nice and extended. Try to keep your spine nice and tall. Take a nice big breath in. Close down your eyes, and as you exhale, relaxing the shoulders, the arms, the hands. Feel yourself settling into the seat. Take another deep breath in here. Bring your awareness down to your toes, and then as you exhale, relax the toes, the feet, the calf muscles, and your thighs. Take another big breath when you're ready. And this time as you exhale, trying to soften around your hips, the muscles in your belly, soften the ribs, and soften your chest. And just trying to bring your breath back to a natural rhythm. Just for the next minute or so, just focusing your attention solely on the breath. Allow your body just to process all the little movements you've just made. Allow everything to reset. Just allow a moment of calm for your mind. Wonderful. Whenever you're ready, just start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Bring a little bit of gentle movement back to your body. Take a moment just to notice how you're feeling right now. And then when you're ready, take a nice big breath in through your nose. And a nice big noisy sigh out through your mouth. When you feel ready, blinking open your eyes. And that brings us to the close of this chair yoga practice. Namaste, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me today. Really appreciate it. Please let me know how you got on with the session, how you're feeling. And yeah, thanks for joining me.